Hi everyone, Deb here. Long time no see. Well, about 5 days. I'm still in my crafty funk a little bit, but I don't know what prompted me to do this, but I did a couple hauls. This one is scrapbook.com. Um, I forget what drew. Oh, I knew what drew me there. I watched a movie by Sizzix slash 49 and Market. 49 and Market works with Sizzix now. Yeah, go figure. Anyway, when I went on scrapbook.com, I realized I had this in my cart for probably a year because last year, or maybe earlier this year, oh gosh, hang 1 second. My email is open and it's binging at me, so I had to shut it off. Anyway, sorry. Um, so last year I got free dies that went with this stamp set, but I didn't get the stamp set, and I had it in my cart since then. It was $22.99. All scrapbook.com items on the day I went on the site were, I think it was 20 to 60% off depending. And I can't remember what was on sale and what wasn't because my receipt just shows the total, adjusted prices. Um, but scrapbook.com things were on sale, so I'm pretty sure this was at least 20% off. But it was still $22.99. It's a good set. And I had the die for the bear and the hugs and I guess some of these other things. And I spent about 15 minutes this morning looking for the dies now, and of course I can't find them. I hope I didn't give them away. I don't think I did. But anyway, I probably have them somewhere in my room thinking, ooh, I'll do some embellishments. And yeah, if they're out, who knows where they are. I need to spend a whole month cleaning this craft room, or at least a full week. Um, and yeah, different story. So I got that. And hopefully I'll find the dies. And then they had this, oh, what is this called? Where is it? It is called Partial Kit, SBC, I guess that's scrapbook.com, Fest, September 2025, Class Essentials, Christy Marcotte. This was $25.99, and it's a partial set because there were some word Stampin' Dies, I think, that weren't, the whole kit wasn't available, but I didn't really want those anyway because I had some of those words in this. So, and that was an older, that was from like 2022 or something. Let's see if it says. I'm sorry. Uh, no, it doesn't say on the receipt, but that was called Clear Photopolymer Stamp Set Cozy Autumn Sentiments and Critters. But it was from like their 2022 SBC Fest or something. I don't remember. So anyway, the partial set was this 5 sheets of each pattern, 40 sheets total. So eight different patterns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. And they are double-sided. Ooh. So I'll just do a quick flip. But I will show you why I got snowman, huh? Wow. I didn't get it for, is this the right? Yeah, I guess it is. This is why I got it, gingerbread. But look, the trees and everything. I like the colors of it, the browns with the pinks. And there's even yellows, and look, hearts. I thought it was cute. And some of it is plain, and there's some cut aparts. So this would make cute cards. And then what else came in it for the $22.99 is these two large 18 and 26 piece die sets, and these are scrapbook.com. So this whole thing, I guess, was on sale. I think this one was like originally $45.99 and it was $22.99 for these big jets. I don't know. Oops, sorry, I'm way down. I don't know what I'll ever do with this huge gingerbread boy and girl, but this size and this size will be perfect for cards or tags or something. And then the girl has dress and bow set. And then, I don't know, are there, oh yeah, there's pictures on the back. So here we go. This is what it looks like. And this one is scarf and hat set for the boy, scarf and hat. And then you get all the little icing strips to put on your gingerbread, and I guess are the dots on here too. Yeah, smiley faces, eyes, dots, you know. So you can decorate your little gingerbread girl and boy as you deem appropriate with these things. So I thought that was cute. I have a gingerbread set from Stampin' Up, but yeah, anyway, I think I'm done buying gingerbread. I had to find room on my floor for this stuff. Eeks. Okay, so then I got two more stamp and die things. This one is just nostalgic. My son's father had a Volkswagen Beetle. Gosh, since when we were married, sometime during our marriage, he got one. And I think he had one when we were dating, and then we got rid of it because it was not working good and couldn't find parts, blah, blah, blah. But he got another one, and then I guess he got another one, but he just sold it not long ago. But anyway, this is a Stamp and Dies 49 in Market, and this is what prompted me to go to scrapbook.com. Not many dies. It says, does it say? 8 stamps and 2 dies. So the dies are just the roof rack and the car. But here are the various stamps. So it looks like a 2-step or 3-step stamp. Yeah. And the roof rack, and then I don't know what this is. I think these are the wheel covers. You can probably stamp in a different color or something. So I'll have to play around with that and see. Honestly, it was just really kind of nostalgia. So yeah, and plus they don't call it Volkswagen, they call it, what do they call it? I think they call it vintage car or something. Where does it even say the name? Hang on. Okay. Journey Home is what they call it, Journey Home. But the Volkswagens that this looks like, the old VW Beetles, we used to call them, punch buggies, um, were made in Germany, and my background, my heritage is German and Dutch, German Dutch mostly. So yeah, that is why it's nostalgic. Now this one wasn't on my radar, but when I saw it, I fell in love with it. I had to move something so I can put things a little further up. This is called, where are the names? Birdsong. It's right here. Birdsong. Here's the number 666704. And it has 5 dies and 23 stamps. The dies are these 3 birds and these 2 tickets, I believe. It said the ones that are colored in more. And then all these kind of vintagey looking words and stamp things. Paris, some song, um, just some little border, Paris. These are just tickets, Chester City Transport. That's funny because there is a Chester City, they just call it Chester, down near Philadelphia, which is closer to where I am. And then this is a dictionary definition of sing. And I honestly can't read this. Something about work. And this one is, I don't know. Oh my goodness. Hang on, let me get my glasses on and perhaps I can actually tell you what that says. Hmm. Maybe not. Oh, I think it's in a different language, maybe? Yeah, anyway, I can't read that right now. And I'll open it so you can see the stamps and stuff. Sorry for the crinkling. Now this is made in China. not the US or anything. And this was not on sale. So this was $28.99 for the stamp and the dies, which are back here. Not very many dies, but okay, it's stuck down with the plastic. So here are the dies. The stamps. Wow, that sheet. There we go. It's kind of off because I pulled it with this thing. It's kind of bendy. Oh, it's moment is what that said. Wow, I can read it on here. I couldn't read it through the plastic. Anyway, it's not lined up right. And then, like I said, the 3 birds and those 2 images. Let's see if I can get this back down. Now, I'm not going to fuss with that right now. Too much. Ugh. But I have to have it up enough so that I can fold this up. There we go. And I'll just leave that as it is for now too. Okay, so then I got some practical stuff. Well, first of all, let me do this. These were my free items. A 0.5 fluid ounce Dina Wakley Media glue, matte liquid glue. Never had it, so I'll try that. Another acrylic block. This is a nice one. It has the finger grips. I do have a couple similar to this, which maybe I got at scrapbook.com. It says creative kindness. That's a thing they have about giving. So anyway, check that out at scrapbook.com. And these pretty Jewels smooth cardstock, which I thought would be good for fall, Christmas, maybe Christmas, because I have some pink. So the green, like garden green, and like spruce green or evergreen, a dark blue, and a pretty peacock kind of color, or shaded spruce. I'm not sure which. Anyway, they're not so thick. They're 85 pound. They're thick, but they're not so thick that they wouldn't be good. They would be good, is what I'm trying to say, for die cutting. So now the only thing, they have white core. They're not solid core, which is the one thing I don't really love. But hey, it was free. So 8 gorgeous colors, 5 of each sheet. Yep. So yeah, see, good for scrapbooking, card making, and die cutting. It's 6" by 8". So you could make 4x6 cards, or I usually just cut them into the 8" into like card mats or something. So anyway, that was free. Okay, then I got a glue. I got their glue, Scrapbook's Artist Craft Glue. Has anybody used this? This is 4 fluid ounces with a precision tip. And the only thing I read in the comments that people didn't like is that you had to keep, if you wanted to switch from like the fine tip to the regular close the cap, you had to take this off and then put this on. So that's a downside, but I want to try it because I'm tired of trying to pour art glitter glue into these bottles and then it clogs up and I can't get the tippy unclogged, and I stick the pin in and then the pin breaks or something. The head of the pin comes off. Yeah, and it's a mess trying to pour it even though I have funnels. And I just have been disappointed in art glitter glue lately, not for the hold, just for the fact of trying to get it into smaller bottles with those tips. And then I did buy an extra tippy thing in case I get another one, or I think one comment was after a while the fine tip got clogged on here too, so I got another one. That was only $2.99 for the extra tip pack. And the glue, let's see what the glue was. It was $10, so not cheap, but not really a whole, it's not worse than art glitter glue. That is for sure. Okay, and then I don't usually use adhesive roller, but it's because mostly what I had was Stampin' Up! And I honestly, that is one product of theirs that I don't like. They used to have an adhesive roller that I liked, but people complained it didn't hold. I didn't have that problem, but you know, maybe some people did. In different climates, I guess, and actually with the humidity we're having this summer, yeah, maybe it would be a problem. But I got a roller and the refill adhesive roller. They have a dot one too, but this is the double-sided, 49 feet each. So that should last me a good long while. And I thought that would be good to try for things instead of the wet glue that I use all the time. I don't know, we'll see. And I don't like those big uh like I used to have this, I think it was the Scotch, the big pink glue runner thing. Just too heavy for me and bulky. I just didn't like handling it. Anyway, I got some easy grip ergonomic scissors now. I have scissors and these are my paper cutting scissors. Now I have to clean them, but they're starting not to, I don't always like them when I have to fussy cut is what I'm trying to say. I use my Stampin' Up! Ones for ribbon and stuff only, which they need to be cleaned too, because apparently one ribbon had glue on it and it stuck to my scissors. Anyway, I have an extra of those, and I might have something similar to this, but I don't know where it is if I do. And I had a Tim Holtz one, but it wasn't the non-stick one either. Ugh, I can't get this open. So let's use these and try and cut the tape. There's one. I already tore that. I'm kind of a mess, huh? Sorry, I should have had this done ahead of time. So I thought I'd try these. These are scrapbook.com Easy Grip Ergonomic Stainless Steel Spring Action. They remind me of like garden pruning shears, the way they work here. They feel nice, actually. They're a little longer than I thought they'd be. I mean, if you compare this and this, they're really quite a bit longer, but they fit in your hand, my hand anyway, really nice. And they have this for your finger and thumb for control. Huh. Let's see if I like them. I don't know. They're kind of long for me, but we'll see. So those are their Easy Grip Ergonomic 6.5-inch scissors. I'll see if I like them. Do you have a favorite scissor for fussy cutting? And if so, what is it? Because that's mostly what I'm wanting them for. And then I got two more die sets. This is the nested stitched tickets, 4-piece. These I have, well, I don't know if I have ticket dies. I have postage stamp dies. I might have some other smaller ticket dies. I'm pretty sure I do. But these are bigger and they're nested. So you can have our little regular tickets and you can actually make a whole tag or something out of this one, or a card front frame. So I thought that would be fun. And that would be fun actually to use with my Paper Studio Vintage Floral, I think, and also for embellishments, and also my sticker book of stamps. So I could do tickets and stamps. So that's also from Hobby Lobby, but it's Tim Holtz Ideology sticker book of postage stamps. And then the last thing I got is this shape dies. It's turkey. It's a turkey. See? Because I don't have a turkey. I don't think I have a turkey. Not in dies. It's just dies, no stamps. But I thought that would be fun for Thanksgiving. Not that we even ever have Thanksgiving anymore. Well, we do, but it's sometimes just me and my son, and sometimes my daughter's family, and sometimes not, because they alternate between families. But that's not the last thing. I have one more, and that is this. This is, of course, I talk to myself while crafting. I need expert advice. Ha 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 ha. I think it's 1/4 inch. Let me see. Oh, I have two more things. This one and another thing. 2 millimeter thick. and a 1/4 inch, yes. They had different thicknesses, like 1 millimeter. I think the 1 millimeter was sold out in the black, and I wanted the black because I have white from Dollar Tree and Stampin' Up and stuff. Not really Stampin' Up. Anyway, I think somewhere else I have the white, but I like the 1/4 inch. I'm pretty sure they had an 1/8 inch width this way also, but this would be good when you're doing like Halloween projects or dark color projects for putting your stuff on. You don't want the white to show. Just fussy, and it wasn't terribly expensive. Let me see, $5.99, but it was scrapbook.com. That was on sale. I think it was originally $6.99 or something, so I don't know. And then one other thing I got, and I wasn't sure I was going to get this, but it was on sale, and there's 20 sheets. Scrapbook.com, crafty cleanup cloths. I thought I'd give these a try. I know that seems expensive for cleanup cloths because you can get stuff at the Dollar Tree. I don't like the ones at the Dollar Tree. I don't generally like microfiber. It doesn't say microfiber, but it does say lint-free, super absorbent, streak-free. And you can wash them. Eco-friendly, quick dry. Yeah, washable and reusable, quick dry. So I'm going to try these instead of wasting paper towels. And apparently they tear off like a roll of paper towels. But you can use one, wash it again until it wears out, and I like pink. So that is it from scrapbook.com. That's all I got. Some fall things, some generic things, my VW Beetle. This is Thanksgiving. This is fall to go with dies I need to find. And then my gingerbread stuff, which I didn't think was a terrible price for those large set of dies, 2 of them, and the gingy paper. And this beautiful birdsong set. Love it. Love that. Yeah. Now, I just have to get out of my funk and use all my goodies, right? I have to use all my goodies, including stuff I haven't used from before. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. It's already 22 minutes long. I will talk to you again very soon. Hugs, love, and peace. Hey guys, I was just starting to put stuff away and I realized scrapbook.com gave me this too. And it's not on my sheet, my order sheet, nor my packing slip. So I don't know if this came in with the partial kit from SBC Fest or if they just threw it in as an extra. But this is one of their large storage envelopes. So like a project envelope or something. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So for example, I could keep, maybe it was part of this and I just didn't realize it. I could keep my 2 dies and my gingerbread paper together in a thing like that or whatever. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that. It's kind of that mesh. Well, let me open it. Sorry. I had it under my receipt and I forgot to pull it out to use it. I can't find out how to open this. Here. There we go. Sorry, I'm doing it off camera. Yeah, it's sort of a plasticky, it's a plasticky feel to it with a zipper. So let's go ahead and slip these in here. There we go. And I'm going to put this in here too, just, well, actually no, because this is more Christmas. Alrighty. Yeah, so that works, right? It holds it nicely. And then that way, if you have bits and pieces of paper or you die cut things you haven't used, you could put them back in the same pack. My guess is though, see, I don't think I'll be able to put these on a magnet sheet, so they might have to, that might be where I store these actually. And I might put this in there too, although I guess this color would go like with the pink. And there's some red stuff. Yeah, maybe for now I'll do that. Stick that in there for die cutting or something. Let me put it under there. Okay, there we go. So it fits 2 6x8s plus 2 large dies. And I can probably throw a stamp or two in there as well. So I just thought I'd share that too. I don't, it had to be part of this kit or they just threw it in because it's not anywhere on my receipt or my packing list at all. So yeah, thank you scrapbook.com. And okay, now I'll see you later. Bye.